Time for stage 2 of Mr. X's castle, and well, hey look! Adorable Mets. This isn't the Met stage, no, that's much later. Ooh, thanks for all this weapon energy, I really appreciate it. Whoa, what made you self-destruct prematurely? I do not know. Could it be your buddy ramming into you? Could be. I don't keep track of these things. Let's go ahead and change things up. I'm going to use silver. Not silver, Night Crush. Yeah, so it fires a good ways. It's pretty cool of a weapon. If I could freaking hit this Met. Apparently I'm not allowed to hit Mets anymore. Thank you, game. Thanks a bunch. Go away. Fine, we'll use different weapons. Maybe we'll find one that kills it. Thank you. We'll find something eventually. You also know we have Beat. Beat's not as useful in this game. He does the same thing he did in the previous game. He's just not as useful anymore. He doesn't, well, have as much ammo, I believe. I think that's really the only difference. More forced jet use. That sounds cool. I didn't want to fight you. Thank you. And wow, you killed yourself. I guess you didn't want to fight me either. That's mighty kind of you, but I don't think killing yourself was the best option there. Oh look, more Skullwalkers. No idea who this could be. Okay, maybe we'll get some good use out of, Oh yeah, you can aim this thing. That's even better. I take it back, Night Crush. You're a cool weapon. It really is quick boomerang with less ammo and aimable and a farther range, but I think it also technically does more damage. I don't know. You can't really compare damages in between games. Like, you can't compare something a weapon from Mega Man 2 does, unless it's Metal Blades. No, there's no comparison. Everything that replaces Metal Blades is pathetic, except, well, Metal Blades. Time for the next boss. I want to say this is something to deal with pressing. Power Press, that's what it is. Power Press. Pretty silly. Yeah. You need to hit it with the tomahawk, which makes this a really awkward fight. It doesn't help he's constantly shaking the screen either. That in itself is just kind of annoying. I'm using another E-Tank. I suck at these boss fights. Really, I do. I'm terrible at them. Why else would I be taking 5 billion points of damage in every boss fight from here on out? Oh yeah, because I have 8 E-Tanks, I really don't need to care about dodging if I'm just trying to beat the game without dying. Yes, that works perfectly. Yeah, that boss fight is just weird. We haven't had anything like that in any Mega Man game up to this point. So, Mr. X, where are we going this time? Oh, goody. Time for the third Mr. X stage, and let's get going. We've got a ways to go, but not too far. Hey, weird spirit guy, I'm going to ignore it. Never mind. And I didn't get it. I had this interesting little outtake. It's in one of my outtakes that I have for the stage, where as I'm falling, the very last possible second, I grab the ladder, and Mega Man climbs down during the screen transition. In my mind, it looked really cool. So if you want to see something like that, along with all the other outtakes for the entire classic series thus far, please leave a comment, and, well, in the future there will probably be an outtake video. Otherwise, well, I'll just completely ignore it. And these last couple minutes of me just rambling on will be wasted. Time for gimmick platforms. This time, if you stand on platform A, platform B rises. Stand on B, A rises. But only if you've raised B up a little bit. It won't raise right away because for all of these, B already starts at the bottom. Having a jet adapter here really helps too. And now I have to switch. Let's move on! Oh hey! More items to be getting. You'll note that I completely ignored that E-Tank at the very beginning of the stage. That's because grabbing that E-Tank is a one-way trip to suicide. More or less. It is possible to get, but you're probably going to be taking damage doing so. Hey Caterpillars, you're loud and annoying. That didn't mean I wanted to fight you. Stupid Caterpillars. Ever know that they're not wanted? Just gonna wait here for a couple seconds, switch to power, and punch my way out. Also switch back to jet adapter. Because more gimmick platform time. Oh jeez, that was close. That was really close and really risky. Why was I doing that? Does it look silly? That seems to be the theme of these videos. I do things to look stupid. Okay, can we make it? Can we make it? We're in! Time for the next boss, which has probably one of the most ridiculous boss names ever. It's a Met tool, but not just any Met tool. It is Metonger Z, the next great superhero the kids will be talking about these days. It's allergic to being frozen, so I guess the final episode will involve him being killed by a blizzard. Makes sense. I know I'm not a TV show director, so don't ask me for any more exclusive info about the Metonger Z anime because it exploded. Alright, Mr. X, time for the final stage in which we get to... Wait a second, this is going on way too easy. Where is Dr. Wily? He's here in this game somewhere, we just haven't seen him yet. I can smell it. Time for the fourth stage of Mr. X's castle. This does bring up some points that I'll cover when we get to the boss, but for now, this one's actually relatively easy. I mean, it has some tricky spots, but nothing too bad. Don't jump too high, you'll impale yourself on the spikes. Coming up here, though, brings up a good chance for me to, bring up a point. This game has too many E-Tanks. Okay, I have 5 right now. Well, not 5, I have 9, which is the maximum. There's an E-Tank right there. If we go this way, let's pick it up. I mean, I don't need it, but I gotta pick it up so it doesn't feel like it's completely wasted. And there's going to be another one up ahead, and the thing is that I want to bring up with these, they're just sitting in the open. They're not guarded. Well guarded. The second one is guarded, but not very well. The first one, you just have to break a block with the power adapter, and we've been doing that all game. The point I'm trying to make, though, with this is E-Tanks should be, like, a reward for doing something at least challenging. Like in Skullman Stage, where you gotta get past all the, shield attackers. Granted, it's not too hard, but it's certainly harder than the challenge that this game gives you for those E-Tanks. It's just a minor complaint, but, whatever. We're actually going to take this path. If you take the top path, you have to deal with the falling enemies, and your reward is an extra life. And honestly, right now, I'm forgetting what the reward is for this path. I mean, I know you have to deal with these guys, but that's not too bad. Come on, thank you. What do we get if we go down this path? And is it worth it? Answer, you get nothing. You get nothing. Yeah, this path is even dumber to take than I thought it was. I thought you got an E-Tank, but no, you don't. Speaking of getting an E-Tank, there's the second one of the stage. Seriously? Actually, we don't want Power Adapter because I'm going to collect that E-Tank. Mostly because I wanted to heal, and picking up this E-Tank gives me an excuse to use one in, so that it doesn't get completely wasted. I mean, I did waste an E-Tank to collect it. Oh, that was kind of nifty. Right, so let's move on to the final boss of Mr. X's castle. The X Crusher. This does bring up a point. Okay, Mr. X, if you're trying to conquer the world, how do you plan to do so? I mean, what are your bosses? You have this thing, which only works in rooms with ceilings. Okay. Well, I can see where that could be a problem. I mean, all you have to do is get, like, a giant helicopter to fly you around everywhere, but what's the other one? Oh yeah, we have that weird path-moving robot. That's just weird. The first one. And then you have your wall-pounding robot. How are you going to conquer the world? None of them can leave specific rooms. Your Metonger Z is the only one that can work. Oh, your power has failed. Oh, hey, Dr. Wily. Nice to see you show up. That was pretty pathetic of a Wily escape. No Wily eyebrows other than the last instant when he moves off screen. Oh well. Time for stage 1 of Dr. Wily's castle, but we're going to do the ye old-fashioned refreshing pause. Time for the first stage of Dr. Wily's castle, and we're definitely going to be bringing some tricky spots out. I was first going on about how it doesn't really try anything too difficult. I mean, compared to other Wily stages, but I was wrong. This game totally tries a lot of stuff that bring plenty of tricky situations. Now, of course, dealing with Mets and these fire guys isn't a problem. I'm still going on my using adapters over using actual weapons. I should change that, but why bother? And the adapters are just so useful compared to the weapons in this game. I mean, there's definitely the share of good weapons in this game, like, the Night Crush, the Silver Tomahawk, which looks more bronze than silver, but I'm not going to argue too much about that. The Yamato Sphere, those are all pretty good weapons. Let's see any others. Blizzard Attack is nice because of its spread shot, and Wind Attack, well, that can be useful, but there's more spots where you could just use something else instead. Where is the platform? There we go. And right there, you need to start using Jet if you want this shortcut. Right during that screen transition. If you do not hit it, you probably will not make that jump. And why do we want to go this way? Well, the usual reason. There's invisible floors, yes. There's an E-tank, in case you needed that, and, well, I totally don't. That was close. Bunch of weapon capsules, very nice, very nice. 3 of them, so... that always helps. I forget exactly what's on the other path, but in my mind I remember it's not as useful as what the path that I took gives you. I mean, it gives you an E-tank and a bunch of weapon capsules, so... and that is the worst squid positioning ever. Yep. Terrible. Just terrible. And that is the dumbest Joe positioning. I mean, he's looking the wrong way. Time for the first boss of Dr. Wily's castle. Oh, right, I've used an E-tank on Mr. X and I didn't pick up an E-tank. Okay, that's fine. This dinosaur, I forget its name. What the game wants you to do is... well, if I could do it correctly... jump on the platform, shoot it with the spear... which is more of a problem than it wants to... okay, fine, we'll play the other way. Yeah, what it wants you to do is use the spear, but the game's just not cooperating, so we're gonna play this one. Besides, this is more hilarious. I'm punching platforms at a dinosaur. And it's also just slightly more silly. And less life-threatening. Goodbye. Yay! Laziness wins the day. Because honestly, if you're using the power adapter method, you don't need to move. Which is always nice.